Alright, so we're going to start with the air brake test. We're going to do a full pre-trip inspection. Okay, now we'll start with the air brake test. And the first step you do is you're going to turn the key on. As here I'm looking at all my lights. Just waiting for the ABS light to go off. Good, and it went off. That means that we don't have any issues with the air ABS system.
Dispatch, 469.
ABS light went off. Now we turn on the engine. Now I'm looking for the air gauges to fill up all the way to 120 psi, or I'm going to listen for the air governor cutoff. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to use my seatbelt. Make sure you always have your seatbelt on. I'm going to use a cruise control real quick just so we can accelerate the process of the filling up the air gauges. Again, we're waiting for my gauges to get all the way to 120 psi or governor cutoff. Okay, I hear the governor cutoff. I'm going to turn off the cruise control. Now I'm going to turn off the engine. Or turn off the engine. Now I want my key back to the on position because I want my gauges to work. Okay, good. I'm going to release the parking brake. Okay, hold on, because the bus is going to move a little bit. Good. Now I'm going to put pressure on my service brake. Now I'm looking at my gauges to make sure that they stabilize. Once they stop moving, I'm going to ask the examiner, can you please start the time for 1 minute starting now? Okay, the examiner is going to get the watch for one time. Once it reaches 1 minute, I'll say good. The bus did not lose more than 3 psi. Okay, now the next thing I'll do is make sure I'm going to pump on the brake down to 60 psi and my warning light should come on. Okay, so I'll start pumping on the brake. I see that my warning lights are working. I'm going to continue pumping on the brake, and once it reaches between 20 to 40 psi, my parking brake should pop out. Good, I see that my parking brake popped out. My air brake system works. Now, I'm going to turn on the bus because I want to fill up the air back to 120 psi. Again, I'll use that cruise control and make sure that to accelerate that process back to faster. Alright, so we're almost at 120. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to test the holding power of my parking brake. What that means, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, right here the governor cutoff, we are at 120. I'm going to move the gear to drive. Make sure my parking brake is still applied. I'm going to rev the engine up to 12 RPMs. And the brake should hold the bus. Okay, I'm going to do that. Rev the engine. Good. Parking brake held. Next will be my service brake test. For my service brake test, I'm going to keep the gear in drive. Hold on. I'm going to drive. Okay. I'm going to drive up to 5 miles an hour. Then I'm going to put pressure on the brake. I'm going to stop the vehicle, and my gear should not move to the left or to the right. There we go. 5 miles an hour. Good. Secure the bus. My service brake works. The bus did not pull to the left or to the right. So next will be my lighting indicators. I'm going to turn on my headlights. Turn on the headlights, and I'm going to start testing my right turn signal on the dash. Work here. My left turn signal on the dash. It works. I'm going to test my high beams. It's working. Now I'm going to turn on my master switch over here. I'm going to turn on my amber loading lights. Make sure that it works here on the dash and over here. I'm going to check my red loading lights. Make sure that it works on the dash and over here. I see that working out there in my mirrors. I can also see that my safety arm has extended. So it's functional, it's working. And then on my left outside here, I see that my stop arm has extended as well. And the lights on the stop arm are working. And then the last one will be my hazards. But I see that they are working on the dash. Okay, when I'm done with my checking my loading lights, I'm going to turn off the master switch. Okay. While you do this process, make sure you always keep your door closed. Okay. All right. So next will be I'm going to check my defroster. Okay, defroster. Make sure it's working here. My driver heater. Make sure it's working over here. Bottom. It works. I see that my windshield. Okay, my windshield is properly secured. I don't see any damages. It's not cracked, and it's clean. I don't have any illegal stickers blocking my view other than the inspection sticker over here. I have all of my traffic monitoring devices, and here, every mirror is adjusted for me. Check out my wipers. Check all the wipers, making sure there's not damage, there's not worn, not cracked, and the water dispenses correctly. I see that right side dispenser is not working properly, so I will turn that in for service. Okay, and then I'll check my horn. Okay. Now the next item, I'm going to start with my emergency equipment. With my fire extinguisher, which I see that is properly secured, is rated, dated, and fully charged. I have here my triangles. They'll all secure in the box. Okay, 3 triangles secure in the box. This vehicle does not operate on fuses because it runs on a circuit breaker. I have my first aid kit and a body fluid kit. They're all secure and sealed. Okay, now I'm going to check my entry door. And first of all, open the door with the button over here. Open the door. Now turn off the engine. And I want to keep the keys to the left, okay? And the accessory mode. I'm going down the steps. Always make sure that you hold the rails, both hands, 3 points of contact at all times. Now I'm here. Test my door. I check my door. It operates smoothly. It opens and closes freely. I have my rubber seal that is intact. It's not damaged, not excessively worn on the seal. There's no damage to the glass. and it's clean. I'm checking my steps. Okay, I see that the tread is secured, not loose or damaged. There is no trip or fall hazards. My step lights, they're working, and if it's not working, I will turn that in for service. Then I have my handrails, which are secured, not damaged or loose. Now I'm going up the steps. So I have my key to the left, accessory mode. This will give me the opportunity to check that all my emergency windows are secured to the emergency system. Okay. While I go back there, I'm also going to verify that all my seats are secured to the floor, and the seat bottoms are secured to the seat frames. Okay, so I'm going to check 1 here, 2, and 3. And I will check all the seats the same way. Here I'm checking my roof hatch, okay, making sure that it's properly secured, not damaged, not excessively worn or cracked. All the windows, emergency windows, are properly labeled. Okay, on top they're all labeled. I'm going to turn this on to the left. I'm sorry. I hear the alarm, and then I open and close. That is operating smoothly, and I will check the other roof hatch the same way. I'll check my first window here and see that it is properly labeled and it is connected to the alarm system. And then I'm going to open this window up to 90 degrees to make sure that it operates smoothly. I'll do the same with this window. And I'll check all the emergency windows the same way. I'll go all the way back to my emergency door. I see that it is emergency. It's labeled. It's properly labeled, and then I just open it and close. I hear that it is connected to the alarm system, and it opens smoothly. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is I'm going to ask the examiner to help me help me check that all my lights are working on the outside. Okay, in that case, I will ask the examiner, can you please wait for me in front of the bus and help me check that my lights are working. Okay, I'll ask for that. The examiner is gonna go out. I will close my door, turn my key to the on position, then I'm gonna close the door. Okay, so I don't have enough air still, but I'm gonna keep here close in the button. That means that it's closed, okay, even if we don't have enough air. Okay, I gotta keep my key on because I want my lights to work. So I'm gonna turn the lights on. Got my lights on. I'm gonna open this window. Open the window just to make sure that the examiner is going to hear what I'm saying, okay? I don't like that noise. Can you pause, please? Okay, so now what we're going to do is light operations check. At this point, I will ask the examiner, can you please go outside and help me to check that all my lights are working out there. Okay, the examiner is going to go out. I'm going to turn my key into the on position and close my door. Then I'm going to turn on my headlights. Open the windows to make sure that examiner can hear me. And then I'm going to start from top to bottom. And then I'll say, okay, examiner, are my clearance lights working in front and on the sides? And now I'm going to get it thumbs up. Good. Now next one will be I turn on the master switch over here. And then I'll start with my loading lights, amber loading lights. Are my amber loading lights working? Yes. Are my red loading lights working? Yes. Is my stop arm extended and the lights on the stop arm working? Yes. Is my safety arm extended? Yes. Okay, I'm going to turn off the master switch at this point. Are my headlights working? Yes. Are my high beams working? Yes. Is my left turn signal working, front and sides? Yes. My right turn signal working, front and the sides? Yes. Are my hazards working, front and sides? Yes. Okay, so I did all the lights. Now I'm going to ask the examiner, can you please go to the back of the bus? They're going to walk back. Going to look at them through this mirror here, top mirror. You're going to start again, same process, top to bottom, okay? Are my red clearance lights working? Yes. Are my left turn signal working? Nope, sorry. Turn on my master switch again. Are my amber loading lights working in the back? Yes. Are my red loading lights working in the back? Yes. Turn off master switch. Are my tail lights working in the back? Yes. Are my brake lights working in the back? Pushing the brake. Yes. Are my left turn signal working? Yes. Right turn signal working? Yes. Are my hazards working? Yes. And that concludes my light operation check. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is front of the bus check. Okay. First of all, I'm going to start with my passenger side mirror. Okay, I have a flat and a convex mirror. They're properly secured, not damaged, and they're clean. You see that it's properly mounted to the frame, to the bus. I'm going to release the hatch here. Here I have my crossover mirrors. In this case I have two of them. Okay, I see that they are properly mounted and secured to the bus. I don't see any damage to the glass, and they're clean. Next, I see that all my lenses, okay, they are all secured, clean, functional, not damaged, and the proper color. I see that all my headlights are the proper color. Here and here, not damaged. I have my safety crossarm. Earlier we checked that it is working, it is operational. I don't see any damages, not bent. Next, I'm going to the passenger side, driver's side mirror, which is properly secured to the bus. I have a flat in the convex mirror, no damage to the glass, and they're clean. We'll stop in front of the bus again. Here, just to make sure that my bus it's level, it's not leaning to the left or to the right. Also look under it. I don't see any oil puddles in the ground, no leaks. Now I will open the hood. Go on this side. Okay, so here I'm gonna start with my under the hood inspection. First of all, I'll start with my oil dipstick. Okay, to check the level on the oil dipstick, I will pull it out, clean it, put it back in, and pull it out, back out, and make sure that the level is above the refill line. Next will be my coolant reservoir. Coolant reservoir is properly mounted and secured. Okay, it's not loose. Cap is in place, and I see that the level is above the refill line. I don't see any damages, no cracks or leaks to the reservoir or the hoses, any of the hoses on the engine. Okay. Next one will be my power steering reservoir, okay, which is properly mounted and secured. I don't see any damages like cracks or leaks, any damage on the hoses as well. I will use the cap as a dipstick, so I will loosen it up and pull it out, clean it, put it back in, make sure that the level is at the refill line. Okay. Next is my steering system. Okay, my steering system I have 4 bars. Okay, 4 bars, which is 1 here, 2, 3, and 4 bars. Okay, all of these bars are properly connected, not damaged, not worn, not bent, and they are connected to my steering box. Okay, steering box is properly mounted and secured. I don't see any damages like cracks or leaks to the box or to the hoses. On the bars, I also have my custom nuts and cotter pins. Okay, they're all secured here and here, secure, not damaged, not cracked or loose. Okay, now I'm going to the other side. Oh, before I go to the other side, I don't hear any air leaks. No air leaks, and again, no puddles on the ground. And then we go to the other side. So on this side, I will start with my tire. Okay, the tire, I see that is evenly worn. I don't see any damages like nails or screws. No broken threads. The depth should be 4/32 of an inch, and the tires in the back should be 2/32 of an inch. No less than that. The sidewall, I see that is properly secured. Now, there's no cuts or bulges in the tire. I see that my valve stem here is properly secured, cap is in place, and I will use a tire pressure gauge to make sure that my air pressure is approximately 100 psi. Next will be the rim. Okay, I see that my rim is properly secured to the tire. I don't see any cracks, not bent, and there's no illegal welds to it. And then I have 10. I have 10 lug nuts, which are properly secured, not loose, not damaged. I don't see any rust trailers or shiny threads on them. Then I go to my suspension system. Starting with the suspension here, it's going to be the shock absorber. Okay, I'm going to start with my shock absorber. I see that it's properly mounted and secured. I do not see any damages like cracks or leaks to that. This one's here, these are my lift springs. Okay, lift springs are properly secured, not damaged, not cracked or loose. And then I have my spring mounts. Okay, so through here, this part here will be my spring mount, and I also have one in the back over there on that side, which is this part over here. Okay, spring mount. They all properly security mounted, not loose, damaged, or crack. Then will be my air brake system, and that starting with the air lines. Okay, air lines and hoses. Air lines and hoses are properly mounted and secured. I don't see any damages, cracks, or leaks, and the couplings are secured, not leaking. Then up here, down here, I have my dust cover. Okay, I see the dust cover over here. Inside, what we're looking inside is for my brake drum and the linings. Okay, the linings or drum are not damaged, not excessively corroded, and there is no contaminants like oil or grease. Okay, next thing will be we're gonna do the side and the rest of the bus on the side and the back of the bus. Shut this off. Close the hood. Make sure you close your hood, because after that you're gonna be go driving for your driving test. Make sure you do secure this properly. Okay, so here the next thing will be all lenses and reflectors. All lenses and reflectors. They have 2 amber reflectors and 1 red in the back. They have 1 clearance light in the back and 2 amber clearance light, and then I have my signals and hazard amber lights. All lenses are properly mounted, secured, not damaged, not cracked, and the proper color. Next will be my fuel door, which is opens freely and it's not damaged. My cap is in place, properly secured, and I don't see any cracks or leaks on the fuel tank. Here I'll go and look under the bus. What I'm looking here under the bus is for the frame. Okay, the frame, I see that is properly mounted and secured. Okay, I do not see any cracks, no broken welds. And then the cross members on top, okay, they all properly mounted, secured, no broken welds as well. Okay, now we continue to the back of the bus. Here we're in the back of the bus. What we're looking for, that again, all my lenses and reflectors, that make sure that they're properly mounted, secured, not cracked, not damaged, and of the proper color. Okay, I have 2 red reflectors, brake lights. I got 4 brake lights. We got signal lights and hazard lights, amber and red loading lights, and 5 red clearance lights. They're all secured. My emergency door, it operates smoothly. I have hinges, they are secured. I have 2 windows which there's no damage to them and they're clean. And then the rubber seal is also intact, not damaged and not worn. I'll go to the other side of the vehicle. Again, all lenses and reflectors secure, clean, functional, not damaged, and the proper color. On this side, what we're looking for is my stop arm. Stop arm is properly mounted and secured. I don't see any damages like cracks. All lines are secured, securely and connected. The lights on the stop arm, they are operational, they're working. Here is my battery door, which is properly mounted, secured. Okay, I have 3 batteries secure in the box. All connections are properly mounted. They're all secured. There is no excessive corrosion on the connections. Close the door. If I will have my checklist with me, I will check all the items, okay, before I say this concludes my pre-trip inspection.